I want you to check out somebody when you get home. His name is Marco Tempest. I've known Marco for the last 5 years. Marco is the virtual magician. And Marco is number 18 on YouTube. He just literally performed at TED Munich yesterday. He's performing at the UN. And what he's done is he literally takes traditional magic and brings it into the virtual world. So he initially started with camera phone tricks. And he got on Jay Leno from doing all his magic, showing it on a camera phone without any editing. And now he's got to a point where he takes a whiteboard. I'm not sure if anyone's seen this at his TED Talk. He picks up a whiteboard and he draws on the whiteboard and it animates real time. And he can draw anything. And it's pretty cool. What he's done is he believes in open source magic. He gives out his tricks and how he does it. And he's moving his tricks into Second Life. We had him meet with Phil Rosedale, and Phil now has got him working with Lyndon on how they use tricks in Second Life, which is pretty cool. So let's talk about augmented reality. We have our panel behind us, which I'm really happy to see you guys. We're going to go dive into this. I always like the whole cool factor. You can't say you're French and that's what makes you cool, because that's what you said earlier. So let's start. What makes you cool?
Let's start.
You want to go over here? Okay. What makes you cool?
You know, I think we're all really passionate about augmented reality, so I think I'm cool because I'm doing it. You know, I'm actually acting on it. So, I mean, to me, virtual reality is very cool. Reality is very cool, and mixing those things together is the coolest of all. So
tell me what you're working on.
Well, Augmento is an augmented reality games company. So we're focused on bringing augmented reality to mobile handsets, PCs, anything with a camera on it that allows you to have a computer vision mixed reality experience, and then really bringing exciting game elements to the AR experience.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess just best way to predict the future is to invent it, and that's partly why we got into augmented reality as well. And it's an awesome field to get into. I think there's a lot of potential with it, and I think what everybody's saying right now is there's a lot of hype around it, but at the same time, that this is just the beginning of what is going to transpire in the future.
Okay, that's fair. You earlier said you were old school. You were like in this a long time ago on the whole virtual world.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm cool because I'm French.
I know you said that. You said it earlier.
And I'm not on strike today.
Okay, you're not on strike today. No, I think you are actually.
I'm working. So yeah, I started augmented reality 11 years ago. So I pretend, even if I'm just 39, I pretend that I'm one of the augmented reality dinosaurs. Been the first one, among the first one, to try to monetize augmented reality, to make business with augmented reality, and to showcase what can be done in different worlds and different applications. So that's why I'm cool today.
Fair enough. Now it's up to you.
I'm cool because I'm Peter Meier. No, I'm sitting in for Peter Meier, who is our CTO, and we are cool because we're German.
Oh.
And that's the new French.
Not on strike. So
we are also, just very quickly, seriously, we are also right up there in the dinosaurs of augmented reality. Started out in 2003. That was when I was 18. But no, the company started in 2003. I joined recently, and I'm honored to be part of a cool company and cool industry.
Okay, so it seems like in the last 2 years where consumers started seeing augmented reality was with the app layer. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, when, Yelp included it on the last iPhone update. It's like, hey, look at augmented reality. And they thought it was a new thing. And it's been around a long time. So what is it going to take for real consumer adoption of augmented reality? Is it going to take the handheld devices, or is it going to take something else to another level?
Yeah, I mean, I think games is a way to push the envelope a little bit, and you've got people who are willing to experiment in that arena. So I think games is really an area that's leading in sort of introducing augmented reality to a lot of people. I mean, you're seeing a lot in marketing, but if you look at consoles with PlayStation and Move, they just made a big move into computer vision-based gaming. So now people are getting used to the idea of this immersive gaming experience where they are part of the game. And now we're seeing with PCs on webcam, and yes, definitely I think the mobile platform, now that, again, devices that have cameras on it, it's now opening up to the consumers to be able to experience this thing because we've got everything that's needed to experience augmented reality true in a somewhat limited fashion. But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion, is that it's a leading driver of introducing people to the technology.
To get into the consumer world.
Right.
Yeah, so what I want to say here is I think that devices are very, very important for augmented reality. And I have a very quick joke is when I started augmented reality to make my first presentation, I used 2 big computers, 45 minutes of cables, installation, and so on, sweating in front of the client to make it work. And today, when I make a presentation, it's working on a phone, iPhone, Android phone, whatever. It works on a tablet PC. So I believe that why it's getting bigger and bigger is devices are more and more ready for augmented reality.
Did you say you were going to start with a joke?
Yeah.
By the way, someone smoking a cigarette in a dark hall is not a movie. You know, those French movies. So
yeah.
Let's know. But when you're sitting here now, it's because it's small, it's miniaturized, it's easy. Broadband has allowed it to proliferate.
Yeah, and you can have computer vision working on a phone now, which was even a year ago, it was not the case. So as soon as you can get GPS working fine, as soon as you can get computer vision working fine, it means that it's easier to have access to augmented reality. I'm hoping and guessing that the next iPad will have some front and back end camera, will be a terrific tools for AR. Many applications will be unlocked with AR, with this kind of enabling technology. So I think that's the hook over there. It's how devices are moving quickly to allow augmented reality to be available for consumers.
Yeah, and just to add on that, you brought on up consumer adoption. There's a famous thing that is used in the industry and by the press. It's the Gartner hype cycle, and right now a lot of people are looking at that and going, well, augmented reality is kind of approaching the highest level of hype there can be. But when you talk about consumer adoption, augmented reality that's generally referred to as just mobile, but there's other forms like web and kiosk, and I know they do a lot of kiosk work as well. There's a lot more. That's a lot farther along on the consumer adoption track. Mobile is definitely going to be the future of all of augmented reality, but that's kind of trailing it. But it's definitely going to surpass it in the future.
The kiosk is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what the product is and what is the consumer brand or the company that's trying to deliver the product in a way that no other technology can. You said. I'm sure you were referring to the Lego kiosk project, which is amazing, and it's worked amazingly well for Lego, not just from a brand engagement, but from an impact on revenue perspective. But it makes sense for Lego. And that type of setup may or may not make sense for other types of products and consumer brands. In my opinion, it will be widely accepted and adopted and repetitive use on the consumer side when it makes sense for the delivering and experiencing the product in a way that no other technology can.
If you've never seen the Lego project, what you do is you take the Lego box and you literally bring it up to a TV where you see yourself, and the box then automatically shows you a 3D representation of what the Lego set inside looks like when it's built on top of the box. And it's inside malls to where they've gotten the consumers. They almost expect it now. And that's probably the next step, is when a consumer expects to see it and it's not there, that's what will drive demand.
Well, actually, you can see it upstairs in our demo table, upstairs. And then Lego actually rolled out the kiosks in all of the Lego stores worldwide. So they're in all the, if you walk into a Lego store, you can also see it there.
So if we start going to the idea of devices having it, it's interesting because if you look at Apple, if you look at Google, they are really starting to lead the way. You know, with Android, with the new operating systems, are they getting involved in this? Or are they just kind of leaving it to the developers and designers out there? Are they making the tools? Because remember Netscape a long time ago, they gave us Vermal inside. I mean, John Canning over here is going, man, this reminds me of the Vermal days, and that takes us back. But it is old school. But are we seeing some cool plugins coming in from them or cool apps that help us do this?
Yeah, I mean, my hunch is that they're secretly working on stuff as well. But they are opening. They just recently iPhone opened up to allow AR just in this last year. So this is very new in just allowing other developers to have the tools to do that. But I would. Google goggles, they're definitely making inroads. So, they're definitely looking at this technology as well and doing stuff, I'm sure, behind the scenes,
Yeah, just you mentioned Apple, and the iTunes Store just started featuring augmented reality apps in the iTunes Store as well. So starting to see traction there.
Which apps are you excited about?
My favorite app, mobile, is for mobile augmented reality is iButterfly. It's an application from Japan, and basically what it does is you have to search around for butterflies, and as you capture them, it has a coupon attached. So it's based on location-based servicing.
So let me make sure. You like a butterfly game.
I like a butterfly game.
Wow.
That's correct. So coming from the marketing world, I think it's a very smart execution because it ties in, because there's limitations to mobile right now with GPS as well. So it's not using precise GPS, it's using regional GPS, which I think is
But the LBS service is tied into it, really.
And couponing and sharing components and everything like that. It's definitely worth checking out. It's on YouTube if you search iButterfly.
Let's end this more or less in the aspect of being more of a predicting where things are going. I'm amazed, back to an Apple statistic, they did $20 billion this last quarter, and 60% of that revenue are from products that did not exist 3 years ago. That's an amazing number if you think about it. So we're heading in this world of what we're thinking about today can literally be, an industry-changing direction. So give me a prediction, 12 months. 12 months, where do we see things go? I'm going to give each one of you an opportunity. Let's start with apparently the new France.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. 12 months.
Well, I mean, in terms of the Apples of the world and the platform providers, what we see is that they definitely have an vested interest in improving their platform to support things like augmented reality, but I don't see them getting into actually generating applications personally. Okay. I think that they are supporting the creation of applications so that you can showcase the capabilities of the hardware. We see that on the mobile side. We see that in every platform that is widely used for augmented reality, for example.
Fair enough.
I just want to answer in terms of applications. I mean, for many, many years, augmented reality has been defined as a gimmick. I mean, it's just a funny things to play with for a few minutes, and then you're done. You want to come back and get this experience again. I think that in 12 months, we're going to start seeing a lot of e-commerce and m-commerce application, which are very, very serious, actually, because you are talking about real monies.
Yeah.
So we started working with a glasses company in France, and they are selling more glasses with AR than without augmented reality. So when you can prove it, that there is a true return on investment, you're far away from gimmick, 90% of the job is done. I mean, you're here, they're making more money, they're ready to pay back some few royalties for the software they're using. So I'm guessing that in 12 months, to answer your questions, e-commerce and m-commerce will start to grow rapidly using augmented reality.
I love that. 12 months.
Yeah, I think taking outside of augmented reality, one area that's pretty much blowing up, and I think you're seeing it with FaceTime and all the web-based video chat, is video chat itself as a new form of communication. We're going outside of text chat to now video chat, and how augmented reality can play into that. So in 12 months, you'll have telemedicine applications that can start using augmented reality. You'll be able to have a shopping experience, e-commerce that actually has augmented reality. We have a prototype out in the booth if someone wants to see it, and you can see how people across the world can now connect, but also augment their world in a video stream. So it's just a new and kind of exciting way to connect.
I like it. Brian, 12 months.
Sure. I mean, a lot of us are aware of the augmented reality where you hold up a marker to the webcam and you see a holographic, a virtual character. And then you were mentioning in the mobile space, we're all now starting to get familiar with the AR browsers that use GPS. I'm looking forward to in 12 months from now when we're using the mobile devices to experience those hyper-local AR experiences. So rather than just go based on markers and PCs, we're able to explore our world through the camera of our mobile device and look at natural features and get the data, the mixed reality data.
That'd be awesome. Well, I appreciate you spending some time up here. Let's give it for our panelists.
Thank you.